Let me paint you a quick picture.
Jack Doherty's
A
parents
kid
are even
hydroplanes
worse.
his McLaren into a guardrail, pulls out his phone and says,
"My car's totaled, guys. Does it look good on there?"
That kid is Jack Doherty, the internet's reigning king of chaos. But the real twist, Jack isn't just the problem, he's the result. The symptom of something much worse.
One of the worst guys. And you guys thought Jack Doherty was bad? Wait till you hear about his parents.
Because behind every chaotic YouTuber is a pair of parents who probably should have said no more often. And Jack Doherty's parents, they're so far off the good parenting spectrum that they might as well have given him a free pass and the spotlight to cause chaos. By the end of this, you'll be wondering how they managed to be worse than the kid who got expelled, prank cops, and manage OF accounts before he could legally vote. So, on almost all of my videos, you guys have been commenting that Jack is the result of bad parenting, and I couldn't agree more.
I 100% agree with it. The way your kid turns out is because of your parenting skills. If you do not parent kids correctly, they will be not good people and brain rotted, like Jack Doherty. Even worse than his parents.
Jack
Well, his parents are worse
is
than
the
him.
guy who took do it for the content and made
His parents are worse than Jack Doherty.
it his entire personality. Whether he's terrorizing retail employees or getting into fights on live stream, one thing is clear. Jack knows exactly how to be the internet's biggest degenerate. But here's
Very true.
the thing. This behavior didn't come out of nowhere. Jack's antics were enabled, fueled, and sometimes driven by none other than his parents. So let's rewind to one of his most infamous moments, the McLaren crash. Jack hydroplaned into a
I'm sure you guys already know about this crash. I'm sorry, guys. It keeps repeating.
guardrail, a friend in
But you gotta repeat these failures.
the passenger seats, cameras rolling. Jack was okay, but his friend suffered a head injury
Jack.
and the car was totaled. But instead of worrying about his friend's safety or reflecting on his driving choices, Jack's priority was filming the wreck for content.
Michael, here. Michael, do you have your film on that phone too?
Michael, I just got in a car accident with you. You're bleeding all over your face, but record me. Michael, here, record me.
You might think, where were his parents in all of this? Probably at home, patting themselves on the back for raising a kid who could afford a McLaren in the first place. Because if there's one thing Jack's parents love more than their son, it's the money he brings in.
Just bring me my money. Don't care what you do. That's what they're saying.
Because after the accident, Jack's dad only made things worse and ended up making himself look like a complete idiot by saying this.
And most people think that you were on your phone and you weren't. You should play that whole video back and show people that they were.
Yeah, let's go ahead and watch the replay and watch this goofy boy be on the phone. Yeah, Dad. Let's see that. You must be watching a different clip.
Yeah, everyone edited the clip. I wasn't on my phone.
You wasn't.
I wasn't texting anybody.
That was from like 5 or 10 minutes before that, and you were on with navigation.
5-10 seconds.
While Jack's mom tried to console him, but Jack lived up to his reputation.
At least I still got 2 Lambos. No, I'm kidding.
Bro,
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
if I had just wrecked a
If you just wrecked the car, you would not be this happy. Let's just be honest.
$200,000 car and put others at danger, including myself, my mom's reaction would be more like this.
You know that's right.
So, if we go back in time, Jack's internet fame began innocently enough in 2016, during the golden age of bottle flipping. Everyone was doing it, but Jack flipped everything. Pens, markers, apples, you name it. One video raked up 30 million views, launching his YouTube career. But
30 million views by doing a dang stupid water challenge.
fame is a slippery slope. Jack went from harmless flips to obnoxious stunts, like showing up uninvited to the FaZe house, which still upsets FaZe Banks to this day.
You should be, FaZe Banks. You should be.
But who was driving him to all these pranks? That's right.
His
Mom and dad, taxi services,
Mama
us.
and Papa.
Imagine being 12 and saying, Mom, I need to harass FaZe Rain for clout. And instead of grounding you, she says, sure thing, honey. Do you want a snack for the ride? This was Jack's reality. And once the views and the money started pouring in, his parents seemed to have stopped parenting altogether. Because as Jack got older, his pranks evolved from annoying to outright dangerous. Remember the time he fake drunkenly harassed cops with non-alcoholic beer? Instead of moving along when they told him to, Jack doubled down until they cuffed him. To Jack, this was great content.
Off of the clip.
To his parents, it was just another Tuesday. Then there's the Walmart incident. A worker asked Jack to stop filming. Jack refused, filmed the guy's face, and later accused him of physical assault, which didn't actually happen. And when Jack got expelled from high school for being, well, Jack, surprise surprise, his parents didn't step in. They just let him turn the whole debacle into content. Now, let me know in the comments what your parents would do in the situation, because I know for a fact
My parents would whoop my beep.
most parents wouldn't let this slide. At this point, you can't help but wonder, were Jack's
So either I go to school or you get kicked out of my house. Simple as that.
parents just oblivious, or were they actively rooting for him? Because their silence spoke volumes. Jack's antics eventually landed him on Dr. Phil, which is basically the Hall of Fame for terrible life choices. You'd think this would be a wake-up call for Jack and his parents, but nope.
Nope.
Dr. Phil didn't hold back. He called out Jack for wasting police resources with his pranks. Jack shrugged.
Sure, I guess.
Dr. Phil
I go.
also told Jack's parents they were enabling his behavior. And they shrugged. Jack's dad even said it was hard to punish him because that's how he makes his money. Dude, you're his parent, not his PR manager. But clearly she and Jack's dad were more concerned about his income stream than his behavior. By the end of the episode, not even Dr. Phil wanted to put up with this kid.
Okay, we're done here.
And here's where things get even worse, because when Jack's YouTube views started declining, he pivoted into managing OF accounts. Yeah, the same kid who used to flip bottles was now flipping, well, let's say skeptical content. Jack would promote these accounts through his channel and viral YouTube shorts, funneling traffic to OF links, with one video getting 100 million views. It's clear
I want to get 160 million views. But I can't because we're working. We're starting from the bottom.
Jack's
Jack.
business ethics are as questionable as his prank.
Jack, Doherty's parents are even worse than him.
And his parents, well, silent as always. Occasionally they'd pop up in his videos to show some sort of fake concern, but let's be honest, they were probably too busy cashing in on his success to actually care. But now let's dive into Jack's IRL streams, as they are a whole new level of chaos. His strategy is to annoy people in public until they react, then hide behind his 6'7" bodyguard when things get heated. One infamous incident saw Jack's bodyguard punch a random guy in the face. Cue the lawsuits, because Jack, the so-called financial genius, tried to claim that his renter's insurance should cover it.
I don't know what kind of fighting incident has to do with renter's insurance, but Jack Doherty's parents did not raise him right. They should have did better because I don't know where he got that idea.
Which is just obscene. But I guess, is anything that Jack does sensible?
Nope.
Meanwhile, his parents continue to let him spiral. At this point, they weren't just enabling Jack, they were practically co-signing his chaos. So now let's address the fact that Jack's parents could potentially be the root cause to Jack's behavior, because they're the ones who nurtured his antics, encouraged his bad behavior, and worst of all, they did not stop or at least discipline Jack when he was spiraling out of control. They just saw dollar signs and let it all happen. When Jack
Money got to their head. Money got to the parents' head. L
bought a
parents.
house at 15 because
Jack
he
Doherty,
wasn't
you
old
have
enough
L
to put it in
parents.
his name, his parents didn't question the ethics of it, they just admired his hustle. When Jack made inappropriate jokes to his mom on camera, she didn't shut it down, she played along. And when he got expelled, they didn't ground him, they let him vlog about it. In one particular clip, Jack asked his mom when she had launched her OF.
But they want to know, when are you dropping your OF?
Now, I
would not even dare to ask my parent that. I will get slapped.
dare disrespect my mom in such a way, and even if I did, I know exactly how she would respond.
Who's ready for an ass whooping?
Yep.
But instead of putting Jack in his place, she just laughed and said,
Ha 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 ha, no.
that's never happening. It's like they've mistaken bad parenting for a competitive sport. Therefore, Jack Doherty is a product of his environment. His parents prioritize profit over principles, clout over consequences. And now, as Jack continues his antics, they're left grappling with the monster they created. But in the bigger picture,
This just makes me so angry.
Jack's story isn't just about one chaotic YouTuber. It's a lesson about what happens when parenting takes a backseat to fame and fortune. Sure, Jack is annoying, reckless, and often downright infuriating, but his parents, they're the real villains of the story, and possibly even worse for allowing all of this to happen. Because behind every McLaren crash, every prank, and every OF controversy is a pair of parents who probably should have taken their camera away a long time ago.
Correct.
And